show. I let you in deeper than I let anyone else before. Lining up with my broken pieces, took them all and made them yours. Didn't know what my heart be needing. Skipping out, no I can't keep score. When I lose my breath, boy, you got me breathing. Oh, every little thing you do, every time you hold me, take me higher. Every little thing you do, every time you hold me, take me higher, higher. Ooh, you take me higher. Ooh, you take me higher, baby. You take me higher. Ooh, you take me higher, baby. You take me higher. Ooh, you take me higher, baby. You take me higher. Yeah, you take me higher, baby.
I'm back to a whole bunch of mess, but I promised everybody that I wasn't going to pay attention to it while I was on vacation, and I didn't. This news came out yesterday. Just getting a chance to get a little more feedback. Y'all know I don't always like to just jump right on the news without giving at least 24 hours to get some background on it, but I'm back, ready to jump back into it this weekend. So we're going to get into it. Welcome to Are You Up? My name is Marlon. I am your host. And as you can see from the title, the Uvalde School Police Chief was fired yesterday by the City Council, unanimous vote. So without further ado, let's take a look into it and let's get into it.
In the headlines today, raw emotions on display in last night's Uvalde, Texas school board meeting. It came 3 months after 19 children and 2 teachers were killed in that mass shooting at Robb Elementary School. Family members of the victims killed in the shooting are celebrating after the board voted to fire the school police chief. ABC's Jay O'Brien has the story.
All in favor? Motion passes unanimously.
The Uvalde, Texas School Board voting unanimously to fire School Police Chief Pete Arredondo exactly 3 months after a gunman took the lives of 19 children and 2 teachers inside Robb Elementary. The board making their decision behind closed doors and not discussing the reasons for Arredondo's termination publicly. Outraged family members of victims and shooting survivors taking the mic instead.
Our babies are dead, our teachers are dead, our parents are dead. The least y'all can do is show us the respect to do this in the public.
I have messages for Pete Arredondo and all the law enforcement that were there that day. Turn in your badge and step down. You don't deserve to wear one.
Arredondo was at the center of the storm following the school massacre and questions raised about why officers waited 77 minutes before breaching the classroom and confronting the gunman, even as children were calling 911 from inside. An investigation by the Texas State House of Representatives identified Arredondo as the on-scene commander during the shooting, although he maintains he was not in charge. Arredondo chose not to attend the school board hearing and in a blistering 17-page statement called the proceedings an illegal and unconstitutional public lynching, insisting he did everything he knew how to save the children and school employees. Arredondo also threatening to sue over his firing. Victims' families in the crowd last night holding printed photos of their children.
We're not done.
Meanwhile, Uvalde students will head back to school in about 2 weeks. The district has announced Robb Elementary will remain empty, with students from that school attending classes on other campuses. Jay O'Brien, ABC News, Washington.
So there you have it. At Arredondo was fired by the city council yesterday. And this is going to be short because I'm just giving my points. I don't have the whole crew here today. One, great. Two, I still have the question of three months. I'm not understanding what investigation would take 3 months, or what did you have to see in the investigation that it takes 3 months? If that makes sense. What exactly, I guess my question is, what were you looking for, and what did you find that took 3 months for you to find? It just baffles me sometimes that these investigations, one, like what the gentleman said, you didn't even have the guts to do it in public. You're doing private meetings, behind the scenes and everything. So you could come out and tell the public anything that you want to say. You literally could come out and say, we're investigating, and you're doing nothing. I'm not saying that was what happened, but what stops you from doing that? You're not doing it in the public. You're doing it behind closed doors. Number two, the audacity of the chief, still 17-page document. You didn't have the guts to go face to face with these parents, with the school board. You didn't even have the guts to go, but you put so much fury and fire in your 17-page document that you sent them that this is a lynching, which, by the way, I really wish people would stop using the word lynching. If you're alive, it's not a lynching. Not even gonna get into that. You know what I mean when I say that. Stop using the word lynching. But then you did everything in your power to keep the children and the people safe. What did you do? Because we have film, so what did you think you did? And if that was the case, and you did everything in your power to keep those kids safe, your power sucks because you didn't keep the kids and the public safe. So for you to even come out and say, I did everything in my power, you lack a lot of power then. You failed miserably. I want to see you sue them. I want to see how the outcome, I want to see what happens. I want to see how you're going to sue them, and you didn't even have the guts to go in front of the public. Now, you're going to go in front of the public when it's time to go to court? Are you assuming that there's nobody going to be in the courtroom when you go to court? I just don't understand. I mean, I'm not downgrading that this is good news, because we live in a country where justice is bits and pieces, so to speak. Hey, Holly, how are you? 90 days means he got a structure or a negotiated exit. We may never know, but bet he's leaving with money. Oh, yeah. He was definitely paid. See, when they put you on leave, you're going to still get paid. So it's pretty much just saying, I mean, like, again, this is me just talking. I don't know if this is the truth or not. They could have told him a long time ago, look, eventually we're going to fire you to save face, but hey, at the very least, we're giving you 90 days of pay so we can cushion the blow when we eventually fire you. Wouldn't shock me if that was said at the beginning. It wouldn't shock me at all, because Tracy asked, but what took so long? Unless somebody can come up with something else, that's all I got. Because again, you can't tell me in 3 months, you can't tell me that you was looking for a certain evidence and it took you 3 months to find that evidence. Also knows that the mayor wasn't there. I know the governor was, Greg Abbott was never showing back up. As a matter of fact, I do remember that before I left on vacation, and somebody did say, we haven't seen Greg Abbott since it was the memorial, and they was wheeling him out and everybody was booing him and everything. So that was, I want to think that was in the same month of the shooting, let alone maybe the month after. But better just the fact that everybody said, and we haven't seen him since. So I'm not shocked that he wasn't here for this either. He's not going to. His law helped this atrocity. So there is no way that he's going to show his face no more than the amount of time it takes for your thoughts and prayers. He came, gave his thoughts and prayers, showed up to the memorial. Nobody asked him to be there, and he up and left, never to return, because that's what he does. His laws pretty much that's what he does. He shows up when I sit here and tell you that Greg Abbott is the cause of a lot of these situations, this is what I mean when I say that. One, the fact that he set that law in motion that you don't need a gun license. You don't need to be investigated to get a gun license. You could just show up and get a license. So it was easier for the gunman to go get a license the same day he turned 18. Now, we can flow to the fact that, oh, well, no, it's not the law. You got to realize that mental health is real, and he had mental health, and we can prove that he had mental health. Once again, I can go back to Abbott and tell you, okay, who was the one that cut $300+ million out of mental health in Texas? Again, Greg Abbott. But I digress. Let me just slide on back to this so we can get on out of here. So the fact of the matter is, now I need to have an investigation into all of Uvalde School Police. I don't want this to be the end. I'm not calling the chief a scapegoat at all. You was the head. Even if the police, the regular police, was saying that they was following orders, even in the military will tell you they will not follow orders if they know it's a detriment to themselves, to their corps, or whatever branch you're in, to yourself, to your corps, or to the public. The military even says that. So you can't even sit there, the police can't even sit there and say, I was just following orders. Because obviously his orders were wrong. Either out of incompetence that he didn't know what he was doing, out of fear that he didn't know what he was doing, however you want to say it. However you want to put it. So that whole police organization needs to be investigated too. I don't want the investigation to stop simply because you got rid of the head. Because the next person that gets in charge, you still have the core of the police department that was going on during this whole atrocity at the school, this murderous rampage. Those policemen and women are still there. You just need to get to the bottom of it. Will they? I don't know. And even if they did, again, let's look at this. Took 3 months. No telling how long it's going to take to investigate the rest of it. If they do it. If they do it. No telling how long it's going to take them to investigate a whole police department. Hey, Tracy. So if nobody else has anything to say, I'm going to get up on out of here. I just wanted to get on, get my feet wet, see if I still had it. Looks like I do. Got some good numbers. Please do a favor as we file out. Please do not forget to hit that like button. I would truly appreciate it. I, along with some of the crew, will be back this Saturday. We're going to jump right back in with Saturday Night Vibes. So again, please do not forget to hit that like button. If this is your type of content, please do not forget to hit that subscribe button. I would truly appreciate it. And until next time, I will see you when I see you. Peace.